Hello and welcome to Inside the PGTI. We're in Coimbatore this week for the first Players' Championship of the 2014 season. This was the sixth tournament on the Indian Tour, first in South India this season, as the players braced for a battle with hot weather. The field was strong with most of the PGTI regulars featuring in the entry list of 120 professionals. Amongst those teeing off in Coimbatore was Abhijit Singh Chadda, who had participated in just two events on the 2014 PGTI season before this, without much luck. Chadda, who had won his last PGTI event in Nepal in 2012, was eyeing to peak on the tour at just the right time.
Yeah, I know. I just saw the points table, and it really doesn't make a difference if you didn't have a good start, because the tournaments in the end have more weightage, have more points. So looking forward to that. That's an added bonus. But in the end, I still want to be shooting low numbers. If that's what you got to do. You got to go out there and shoot the lowest round possible, and whatever the result is, you just got to take it. So I'm happy with the way I'm playing right now. So looking and hoping for the best.
The field for this 30 lakh rupee event included talented youngsters like Angad Chima, Chikarangappa and Shubhankar Sharma, all in their second season on the tour. With the season moving to Cochin next for a Super Series event and then to Nepal for the last tournament before the summer break, this was a chance for these youngsters to push for early lead on the order of merit.
Well, I think these three tournaments are very important, like for the order of merit, because I played only one event this year. I missed two. So for every golfer, I think these tournaments are very, very important, because then there's going to be about a 2-month break, and all of these courses are good and some big events coming up, so I think they're very, very important.
The event also featured stalwarts like Mukesh Kumar and Feroz Ali Mola and young guns like Rashid Khan, the 2013 PGTI Rolex Rankings winner, who was fresh off his maiden Asian Tour victory in the SAIL SBI Open. Rashid, who won the last PGTI event hosted in Coimbatore in 2012, was now focusing more on the Asian Tour. He came to Coimbatore looking for valuable match practice in a field of players as talented as him.
You have to play well to win a tournament, and it's same. Everyone is there shooting under par round, and they're improving day by day. So I think you have to play well to win the tournament.
The stage was set for action-packed 4 rounds of golf in conditions that were challenging and a course that had a tendency of being quite deceptive. The Coimbatore Golf Club is one of the older courses made post-independence. The idea of the club came up in the late 70s when some golf enthusiasts started playing on a land belonging to Coimbatore jail. It wasn't long before their enthusiasm turned the place into a proper golf facility.
Coimbatore Golf Club has got a long history, a history of the vision of one man, that is the founder of our club, Mr. K. Rajagopal, who was the former president of the Indian Golf Union. He was a real golf nut, and he wanted to give the people of Coimbatore a world-class golf course. And way back in 1977, they started off with 4 rounds at a place in Coimbatore, and in 1985, this facility over 140 acres has come into being. Those days when we used to come here to play golf, it was nearly a desert-like situation, and from there we have made probably one of the most challenging courses in India, which has a slope rating of 131.
10 par 4s, 4 par 5s and 4 par 3s spread across 140 acres of land make this a par 72 course with its own set of challenges, the biggest of them all being the wind.
Most challenging aspect of playing in this course is to keep your ball in play, irrespective of the level of golf you're playing here. If you keep the ball in play, you will score. Now, the wind has a peculiar habit of punishing even some of the very good shots. So if you try to challenge the winds and the course at the same time, then you are bound to get into a little problem. And then if you keep the ball in play, then it all comes down to the famous adage of golf, chipping and putting.
In off-season like in April, the greens can be a little unpredictable, but the course, even with many patches of grassless roughs, had prepared good greens that the players liked.
this course is really special to me. It's a very, very good course. It's not very windy these days, but there's not much rough on the course, and the greens are very spongy and good. So you can just go at every pin and the ball will hold. So that's a plus point for the course for sure.
The par 3s are very challenging. I think some of the par 5s are, I wouldn't say easy, but birdieable. A couple of them you have mid irons in. But it's the par 3s, I think, where the main challenge lies. And if you can play par or maybe under or so for those holes, I think you will be doing all right, because there are a few birdie opportunities out there as well.
Yeah, you can go after your tee shots basically, and if it's not windy at all, then it's a huge place to hit it. And especially me being a long hitter, I can go after my drives, and it is an advantage for a long hitter here because you're getting shorter irons into the greens, and if the wind gets up, it gets easier for the long hitter again. But it all comes down to making putts, and the greens are not that fast. They're a little slow, they're just a little bumpy. Different speeds on different putts, so you've got to be a good putter to basically win this week.
But even as the players made up their strategy for the course captain had a prediction indicating that the 4 rounds on the CGC will be closer than the players think.
Predicting the wind and the weather here is like playing poker. You're just not going to get it right. So, because of these uncertainties, I don't think the -10 will be breached.
Shyam Sundar's prediction seemed accurate early on day 1 as seasoned campaigners like Mithun Pereira struggled. After a round riddled with 3 bogeys and 2 double bogeys, the Sri Lankan was 6 over 78. The likes of Manav Jaini and Angad Chima also found the course difficult to handle. Despite their best efforts, both of them were even par at the end of the first round. Abhijit Singh Chadda was much better in his approach. Although the big hitter failed to take advantage of the 4 par 5s, he did make birdies on 3 par 4 holes to end up at 2 under 70. Mukesh Kumar also dealt with a few difficulties on the course. He lost a stroke on 3 holes, but 6 birdies in all gave him the opening round card of 3 under 69. Rashid Khan also ended the day at 3 under. He too, like Mukesh, sank 6 birdies on day 1. Despite such a performance, Mukesh and Rashid were in a chasing pack, with Kapil and Vikrant Chopra setting the course ablaze with identical cards of 7 under to share the lead. There were 5 players tied for the 4th spot, with Shubhankar Sharma sitting alone on the 3rd with a round of 5 under. The score of 10 under then seemed a molehill rather than a mountain at the end of round 1. But things changed as the tournament progressed. Watch how after this break. Welcome back to Inside the PGTI. Kapil Kumar and Vikrant Chopra had set the pace in the opening round of the PGTI Players Championship in Coimbatore. Their round of 7 under 65 was a course record, but this was just day 1. Waiting 6 strokes behind for an opportunity to pounce on was one of India's latest golfing sensations, Chikarangappa S. At the age of just 20, Chika, as he's lovingly called, has become a name to reckon with on the Indian golfing scene. He turned pro in 2013 and in his rookie season itself finished 2nd on the PGTI Order of Merit behind the eventual winner Rashid Khan.
I think the first few events was really good. I started really well, and after those start, I thought of finishing. My aim was top 10 finish would be really good on the Order of Merit. But then after again I started playing. After playing few more events, I did even really well. So then my target became the top 5. And then after, obviously, I won a tournament in CG Open, so my target was to be in top 3. So the season was really good. I enjoyed myself playing on the tour. and it was completely different from amateur to pro, because pro golf has, it's a lot more competitive, and the golf is so much more tough in here.
In his debut season as a professional, Chika not only won his battles with the seasoned pros, he also left the extremely talented bunch of fellow rookies like Kalin Joshi, Shubhankar Sharma and Angad Chima in his wake to be named the Rookie of the Year. Chika credits his success to his training, which made him tougher physically and mentally.
Before turning professional, I worked 6 months before turning professional. I really worked on my game and worked on certain things which I wanted to do. Even though when I was playing an amateur tournaments, I was not really looking at my result, what I was doing there. I was looking at what I have to do, the changes what I had made just to, for pro golf. So I was working towards it. That's where I was able to, deliver better golf and put myself under pressure. That last 6 months, those 6 months were really hard for me, working on my fitness and working with my coach, changing few things were really a little bit hard for me, because I was playing really well, and then I also wanted to change, because even my coach said, these things, you're going to be moving on to the next level. So in under pressure, these things matters a lot. So we have to make sure that you don't drop shots at that kind of situations. You make sure you're in there all the time, so that your confidence becomes even better.
In his first professional season, Chika earned in excess of 32 lakh rupees, making cuts in 14 of the total 16 events he started. That included his maiden title in the CG Open in Mumbai.
After playing 8 PGTI events, there was a huge question mark in front of me. Every day before I tee off, there was something, when am I going to win? Because in those 8 events, in those 6 tournaments, I was there, had it all the time, and it was there all the way till the last 2 holes, 3 holes, but then I couldn't just get it, because I just kept on, into that mood where I was just kept on dropping, and at the end of the day, I actually won a major one. It's like, obviously Compton Graves was a really big event on PGTI tour. Those 8 tournaments gave me a lot of experience, a lot of exposure, where I need to be within myself rather than being too much emotional on the golf course, which that helped me a lot, because I was too emotional going through last few holes when I was in the tournament time. So I worked on that, speaking to my coach and speaking to my friend Anirban Lahiri. So those things I had to make sure, keep it under my control and go out there and just play golf.
Chika's short career has seen more highs than lows, but he's learned to take it all in stride. He did start the 2014 season on a good note, finishing 14th in the season opening Super Series event on the PGTI, and made the cut in the Asian Tour Q School event in Thailand, only to lose out on the Asian Tour card by just 1 shot because of a bogey on his final hole of the tournament.
Yeah, that was also even same thing. I was there till the last hole, till the last putt. To be honest, I really enjoyed myself. I really didn't look, I didn't make it. It was not that really sad or anything. That I got some really good experience from that event, because I saw a different level of game, a different level of golf on Asian Tour Q School, because compared to our PGTI and Asian Tour, obviously it's a lot more difficult. When I went out there, I was really happy about myself, that I had conducted myself in a very well-mannered place, and I was just trying on focusing on what I need to do rather than looking at all these guys. So I did my work, what I needed to do, and it's just that hard luck on the last hole where I hit a good second shot, it hit the tree, went in the water. So sometimes luck matters.
What makes this 20-year-old so endearing in such a highly competitive sport is his innate nature to be positive and his ability to bounce back. And that ability is perhaps the quintessence of the story of Chika's life. Born in a village in suburban Bangalore in a family of a labourer and agriculturalist, Chika's first visit to a golf course at age 10 was not to earn a title, but some money as a ball boy. It was while working as a ball boy at the Eagleton golf course that Chika became aware of his true calling. At the driving range of the course, Vijay Deveja, who was coaching Anirban Lahiri at that time, discovered the talent of this youngster.
Whenever I enter the range, I think most probably I enter that range where I was spotted. Every time I remember that day and that spot, how I was sitting and how I was spotted. I still remember whenever I enter the range, I go to the range and I still remember that I'm the same guy. I need to just keep getting better and better.
From a lonely ball boy to a two-time amateur champion of India to the Rookie of the Year on the PGTI, Chika's graph has only moved upward. But the youngster hasn't forgotten his roots, and neither the value of the support and guidance he has received from his coach and friend Anirban Lairi.
To be honest, I was really blessed, I think, because to have such a great coach along my side. He was not actually like a coach, more than a coach. He was being like my, parent, who would take care of me in all kind of things. Where if I was doing something wrong, he would tell me, okay, Chika, you're doing something wrong, so you need to focus on this. So you shouldn't be doing it. So he kept on, rather than playing good golf, he made sure my attitude was absolutely right and made sure my behavior was absolutely right with people on the golf course, off the golf course. That was the main thing which he kept on telling me. Especially Anirban in game-wise, giving confidence, and we both would, play together in the golf course. And we would always have, competition between each other and pushing each other all the time. So in that way, I'm really lucky because I've seen a lot of guys who have come from same level, from a same place, and who have vanished right now. And I keep that example every time in front of me that I have to make sure that I don't get into that category.
While Chika aims to keep becoming a better person, he's also set the bar high as a professional.
Yeah, absolutely. That's where I'm looking at. I'm trying to, finish number 1, get the order of merit where I finished last year second. So I'm trying to, make sure get the order of merit and the Asian Tour full card. So these two things are main targets for me this year. So I have pushed myself a little bit harder and working towards it.
And as if with clockwork, Chika's plan came into action in the second round at the Coimbatore Golf Club. After the first round of 1 under 71, the 20-year-old fired a flawless 3 under 69 in the second round, which brought him to 4 under overall. An eagle, 6 bogeys and a double bogey on the par 4 18th pushed the overnight leader Vikrant Chopra down the leaderboard. His 2-round total was now 1 under. Rashid Khan was also at 4 under after 2 rounds following his first round performance of 3 under. His second round card contained 5 birdies, 2 bogeys and a double bogey on the par 4 12. Young Shubhankar Sharma was a shot better at 5 under overall, but his performance on day 2 didn't showcase the blitz he had on day 1. He finished the second day even par. The fight was tied at the top of the leaderboard. Naman Davar and Om Prakash Chauhan both came back with a second consecutive card of 4 under 68. Davar's card featured 5 birdies while OP had 3 along with an eagle. Sitting at the top of the leaderboard at the halfway stage was Kapil Kumar, who had followed his 7 under first round with a 3 under 69. Kapil had a 2-stroke cushion over Davar and OP, both tied second. There were 3 players tied at 4th, 2 shots further back. Kapil had turned out to be the most consistent of all the golfers in Coimbatore, perhaps surprising even himself. In the spotlight for the very first time, the youngster from Delhi was interviewed on his performance by his good friend Rashid Khan.
तो कैसा लग रहा है कपिल? यूर लीडर आफ्टर 2 राउंड्स. पहले दिन भी 7 अंडर खेला, लीडर पे टाई था, और आज भी क्या नाम है इस विंडी कंडीशन में तूने 3 अंडर मारा है एंड यूर लीडिंग बाय 2 शॉट्स. तो कैसा लग रहा है?
काफ़ी अच्छा लग रहा है क्योंकि काफ़ी टाइम से मेरा ड्रीम है जीतने का.
हाँ, हम प्रैक्टिस राउंड में ही बात कर रहे थे काफ़ी कि क्या नाम है तू अभी तक टूर्नामेंट नहीं जीता है PGTI पे और तुझे टूर्नामेंट जीतना है.
हाँ.
तो क्या फीलिंग है कि नेक्स्ट 2 डेज में क्या होगा?
नेक्स्ट 2 डेज में पता नहीं, बट मेरा ड्रीम है जीतना है.
Play well.
But there were many twists and turns still to come on a tricky Coimbatore course. Stay with us as we go through the ups and downs of the final 2 rounds. Welcome back to Inside the PGTI. With a cutter-blighted 3 over, after the second round, the field of the Players' Championship in Coimbatore was reduced to 56 players. And day 3 turned out to be the day that changed the equations completely. Overnight leader Kapil Kumar, who was at 10 under before tee-off, started with a triple bogey on the par 4 first. 4 bogeys and a double bogey in the holes that followed gave him a card of 7 over 79 on the third day. No one quite made the most of the moving day, but there were many who registered progress. Mukesh Kumar carded a 1 under 71 in the third round that featured 3 bogeys and 4 birdies, including this one on the par 4 6th, and then this on the par 4 15th. Mukesh was now 5 under overall, tied 6th with K. Prabhakaran and Abhinav Lohan, whose birdie on the par 5 13th put him 5 under for the day. But he lost 3 strokes before turning his card in and finished at 2 under for the day, 5 under in total. Om Prakash Chauhan remained a stroke better despite his card of 2 over on the third day. OP's inconsistent day featured 5 bogeys and 3 birdies. Shikhar Rangappa was a shot ahead thanks to a 3 under round which featured 4 birdies, including this one on the par 4 15. Shikha was tied at 7 under overall with Firoz Ali Molla, who shot a 1 under round on day 3. Naman Davar's day was a seesaw affair. He started with a double bogey and had another one on the 15th. But 3 consecutive birdies on the 16th, the 17th and this one on the 18th helped him back to an even par card. He remained 8 under overall but not in the lead. That's because Amardeep Singh Malik took command of the leaderboard after the third round. This birdie on par 4 6th, followed by another one on par 5 10th and then this one on par 4 15th helped him to 3 under 69. Amardeep was now 9 under for the tournament, leading Naman Davar by a stroke. There was a new leader at the Players' Championship going into the final round. 2 previous leaders had fallen by the wayside on 2 consecutive days, but that wasn't a concern for Amardeep, a 9-year veteran still waiting for his maiden PGTI title.
You have to be really patient on this golf course. I mean, that's what I'm sure all the players must be realizing. I mean, you have to be really patient because you're going to miss putts. And the momentum can really just shift any time here. I mean, nothing is a guarantee on this golf course, especially with the way the wind is. And Coimbatore wind has really not picked up yet. I mean, we probably had some of it yesterday afternoon, but today was really dull when it compares to Coimbatore wind. So anything can happen. I mean, the wind, if the wind is up, it can be tough.
As suspected, Amardeep Singh Malik did find it hard to maintain his position on the leaderboard on the final day. He collected a bogey on the first hole itself and 3 more as the day progressed. He was 1 over for the day at the turn and clearly out of contention. In fact, all 3 in the leading group saw their chances fade in the front 9. Shikha was 2 shots in the black while Naman Davar was +4. Firoz Ali Molla and Mukesh Kumar were 2 mounting a challenge up front. Shots like these helped Firoz to go 8 under overall after 5 holes. He bogeyed the 7th, but a birdie on the 10th brought him back. Mukesh, who started at 5 under overall, quickly went to 8 under thanks to this eagle on the par 5 5th. 3 consecutive birdies starting from this one on the par 4 8th pushed him to 11 under overall. But then a double bogey on the par 5 13th and a bogey on the par 3 14th brought him back to 8 under. Firoz Ali Molla also lost the initiative after a bogey on this par 4 15. Rashid Khan had one of the best cards in the final round, which contained 5 birdies and an eagle, but a bogey on the 14th and another one on the 17th kept him at 8 under for the tournament. K. Prabhakaran of Sri Lanka emerged as a contender, going as low as 10 under for the tournament after this birdie, his 5th of the day on the 15th. but a bogey on the 17th pegged him back. Om Prakash Chauhan, who was 3 under in the final round and 9 under overall, had a chance to steal the title with this putt on the 18th. So that's how the final round ended. OP and Prabha locked at 9 under with Rashid Khan and Mukesh Kumar tied a stroke behind. Malik with 2 over on the day and Chika with 1 over fell down the list but finished in top 10. The prediction of the course captain though had in fact come true. No one was able to breach the 10 under mark, and once again the title in Coimbatore was decided in a playoff. It was between O.P. Chauhan and K. Prabhakaran. The Sri Lankan found a good spot on the green after his measured third shot on the 451-yard par 418. OP was in the bunker after the second and had to make this shot to save the first playoff hole. An easy putt for Prabha made sure the people gathered around the 18th green see a repeat of the playoff. This time though, OP was in serious trouble after the first shot, and this second shot didn't help either. Prabhakaran, on the other hand, took a giant step towards victory with his third shot ending inches from the hole. OP was much further and needed to make this putt to stop Prabha. In the end, the simplest of putts gave Prabhakaran the recognition he had been waiting for, his first PGTI title.
Really, when I was go for the playoff, but I don't have any pressure because when I play the round on the 17th hole, I was a little bit nervous because I missed the dry shot. When I make the bogey, I was nervous. On 18th hole, I want to make the par. That's all. So on the playoff, I don't have a pressure. So after one, my hand was shaking.
That's it on this edition of Inside the PGTI. Congratulations to K. Prabhakaran on his maiden title, and to our viewers, goodbye.